Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dixon, here on this Thursday, November 15, 2018. We're 1 week away until Thanksgiving. So, join in that hashtag using this topic take for everything that's going on here on Connect TV. We're glad you're here, glad you can join us here. Let's get to the big story! Alright, the big story this week is former First Lady Michelle Obama sat down and spoke with ABC's Robin Roberts about her new memoir, Becoming, where Michelle talks about everything from her marriage to Barack Obama that many people didn't know, that we knew, but you know, Michelle was kind of like a little bit more in depth with her marriage. Also, she becomes more in depth with her struggles as a woman. And that's stunning new in the book that Michelle revealed that she will never forgive current President Trump for doing this.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama says she's opening up about her difficulties getting pregnant to help others.
It's a struggle that many couples go through, fertility.
Yes.
And you wrote about a miscarriage.
I felt lost and alone, and I felt like I failed because I didn't know how common miscarriages were, because we don't talk about them.
It was with the help of infertility treatments that Malia and then Sasha were finally conceived.
And I realized that as I was 34 and 35, we had to do IVF.
In Becoming, Michelle also writes about a time period a few years after they moved into the White House when she was particularly worried for her family's safety. Donald Trump and other so-called birthers were questioning whether her husband was an American citizen, something she describes as mean-spirited and dangerous.
What if someone with an unstable mind loaded a gun and drove to Washington? What if that person went looking for our girls? Donald Trump, with his loud and reckless innuendos, was putting my family's safety at risk. And for this, I'd never forgive him.
Michelle Obama just going in, revealing her true feelings about Donald Trump. She didn't hold back one bit of words about Donald Trump, about him being loud, reckless, stirring up chaos with the birther issue that he was so famous for, trying to denounce Obama from being a citizen of the United States. But many folks go back in time where Trump did say that he was not from Hawaii, he was from Africa and stuff. And this is how this whole rhetoric started now until President Trump's administration. Well, President Trump felt no stranger to the Obamas, and once he heard what Michelle Obama had said to him about that comment, here's what he had to say.
Michelle Obama, sir, what do you say to Michelle Obama, who says she will never forgive you for your birther comments in the past?
Oh, Michelle Obama said that. I haven't seen it. I guess she wrote a book. She got paid a lot of money to write a book, and they always insist that you come up with controversial. Well, I'll give you a little controversy back. I'll never forgive him for what he did to our United States military. By not funding it properly, it was depleted. Everything was old and tired. And I came in and I had to fix it. And I'm in the process of spending tremendous amounts of money. So I'll never forgive him for what he did to our military. I'll never forgive him for what he did in many other ways, which I'll talk to you about in the future. What he did, because she talked about safety. What he did to our military made this country very unsafe for you and you and you.
President Trump just throwing it back, insults to her insults at people. President Trump trying to say that he'll never forgive President Obama for spending less on the military, where he particularly blames the former president, for causing the military, and he's saying that he had to come in and fix it. Well, the military, under Obama administration, under your administration, you know, we want to support active militaries and stuff with our weapons and stuff, but you don't have to take a dig at him and stuff. He's gone. He's out of office. you're still in office. You took the oath of office to honor the Constitution, and you kind of like not doing it. You're kind of like just going off rogue and just want to do what you want to do and how you want to do it. So hey, to each his own. Speaking of other news, the Democrats gained control of the U.S. House. Yes, the Democrats is, and guess who's back?
For the American people. The biggest winner yesterday was the health care for American people, for our seniors and hardworking American families. Health care was on the ballot, and health care won.
Yes, Nancy Pelosi is going to likely take the gavel again and become the Speaker of the House once again after the Democrats gain control of the House. Even she said some nice things about President Trump. President Trump even said some nice things about her. Watch this. See, I guess the president is saying he's going to be a little bit nice to Nancy, but everybody else, the Obamas, the Clintons, the President Trump feel like they can go, you know what. Next thing you know, he's going to take away their clearance. He's going to take away their clearance. Here we go again. Alright, in celebrity news. Alright. Actress Gabrielle Union and NBA star Dwyane Wade welcomed their first child together. Well, Gabrielle Union, never a stranger to always want to have kids and always talked in her book that she suffered miscarriages. But due to a surrogate mom and due to in vitro fertilization, IVF. That's what it is. IVF. Put it on the board. IVF. There you go. IVF. Alright. And the surrogate mom, and they're happy. They elated. Finally got a kid. And this is Union's first kid for herself due to the surrogate mom. And this is Dwyane Wade's third kid. But he had 2 sons from a previous relationship. So congratulations to the happy couple. Alright. Many of you might know R&B singer Kekewyatt. Now, she has found love again, and she recently got married. Many of you may remember Kekewyatt from her hit show R&B Divas, where she was the breakout star. Keke explains why her ex said the things he said about her, why she's a loose cannon, a loose wreck, and about their son having his health problems. Take a look.
Y'all know about that little video. I was 8 months pregnant and I was hormonal and my baby fighting cancer. But now my baby is cancer free. Oh, shut. My new husband, Zachariah J.
Your new husband, what?
My new husband. This man will never tell me, oh, I'm tired of dealing with you pregnant. I'm tired of dealing with you and this baby with cancer. My baby is on his deathbed. A 14-year-old child laying in the bed dying that I gave birth to, and I'm an emotional toxic wreck. No, nigga, you are toxic and you are an emotional wreck. How dare you? And I'm 8 months pregnant with your baby that I didn't ask for, that you wanted to give because you was horny. Nigga, bye. You go on with that little ugly critter, that bat. That come on with it, honey. Have that hot.
Kekewyatt being so rude and so nasty to her husband, her ex-husband. Now she found a new man. Hey, dude, all those kids, she got 5 kids. I think she's on her 9th kid or something. That's a village. What they say, it takes a village to raise a family. So, dude stepping in where the other dude couldn't handle the pressure. He couldn't take the heat. So he had to get out the kitchen before he did. So I guess Kekewyatt like, I'm done with you, Michael Jamal. Well, hey, you knew what you got yourself into when you got with him. You know that. Alright. Singer Future. Singer Future has a problem with Wendy Williams, and I'll start with this.
Oh God. And Future has a lot of babies' mothers. Case in point. Future allegedly, first of all, is expecting his 5th child with number 5. Oh, sorry. Right here, right here, Look, he's got a 16-year-old with Jessica who refuses to reveal her identity, which to me is smart. Like take the money. I don't want to be part of, you know, the social media stuff. And then India has a 9-year-old with him. Let's move along to pretty Brittany. Brittany's got his 5-year-old son. And of course, Future Jr. is with Sierra, but Sierra fled the scene and Future Jr. now has a new father. So the baby's mother number 5, okay, has an older child, by the way, with Bow Wow. Oh, please, you see how the circle of swarms? I don't understand. It's like there are only 5 people in Hollywood and they all mess around with each other and they all have each other's babies. Anyway, earlier this year, Future reportedly dumped number 5 to get back with number 3. Now, you will follow this sloppy story, please. However, over the weekend, Future was back together with number 5. Oh, yes. Well, they were at the gender party where they revealed. And so now, yes, that's number 5. And so now, number 3 is trying to save face. Number 3. Brittany, number 3, posted, people do what they have to do to protect their assets. Too much money at risk. So she's, I guess, one of those lie in the woods girl and will take anything for the dollar. Just, you know, a ride or die, really keep quiet. Future. So he posted yesterday, oh, you thirsty thirst. No, you're thirsty, Future. Like, where are your condoms? Like.
Used to be a guest on Wendy Williams' show, and now he don't like Wendy Williams. Join the club, Future. Everybody don't like Wendy Williams. Biggie, Tupac, Whitney Houston, you name it. A lot of people. You know, hey, join the crowd. Wendy Williams she said herself, if she sees some dirt and she the only one, she gonna pick it up and try to exploit it. So hey, join the club, Future. Hey, you got a lot of baby mamas, so hey, you know, sit around. All right. On talk shows this week, rapper Travis Scott came on to Ellen DeGeneres show and talked about his certain list of demands that comes to drinking alcohol. Watch this.
Hello, Travis.
Hello.
So you've been here. This is your 3rd time, but this is the first time sitting down to talk to me. And we usually just offer water, but your writer says that this is what you asked for in the dressing room. Moet champagne, Don Julio tequila, Ciroc apple vodka, and Hennessy. Now, do you mix these, or how? I just wanted you to have your choice. What do you like?
Well, I like the 42, but I keep the Ciroc because I had this one nightmare that Diddy might just pop in my dressing room at any time of the day.
You have to have it.
And it just has to be
good idea.
And Hennessy might be just like a daytime thing for anybody that might come through.
Hennessy is a daytime drink.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that it was a daytime drink.
Yeah.
Now I'll start.
Hold on, wait, before you go though.
What?
This is my first time on the couch. I brought you something. Some shoes I made.
You sure did.
There you go.
What? Oh God, everybody backstage is so jealous right now. Travis, these are awesome! Thank you so much. And I got you nothing. I'm going to get you something now. But look, I have beverages for you, so there you go. What are you going to take?
What's this right here?
What is that?
42.
Okay. There you go.
Here we go.
And we're off.
We're off.
All right. So congratulations on your album. Astroworld is like the biggest album of the year.
Yeah.
Congratulations to.
Wow, Travis Scott loves alcohol and he loves it to the teeth. I mean, he loves to drink. You know, I love to drink too, but I can't tell you what's in this cup. Might be something that might be something alcoholic or might not be alcoholic. Want to see? No. It's just on your own discretion. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. Tell you that. All right, another person who's no stranger to Trump, and we say this all the time, this man gets more heat than ever, is journalist April Ryan. And Ryan made an appearance on The View and spoke about why Trump loved to mistreat all the reporters like they a piece of you know what. Watch this.
You want access, you want to ask your questions, and there was a moment where the president had finished answering a question. He was finding someone to call on the next time. There was that pregnant moment, that pregnant pause that I lobbed a question in.
Mm-hmm.
He responded, and you know what that question was?
What
you know
was
what
it? Because we couldn't hear.
It was about, I know, it was off mic. It was voter suppression.
Mm-hmm.
And he responded. Yeah, I got voter suppression or something like that. And so I stood up. I thought he was receiving my question and wanted to talk about it. And then when he sees me, he says, sit down, you know, in a very terse tone. And I was taken aback. And then I sat down and he said something about CNN and the poll numbers. So I came back and said, no, sir. And just like Jim did, he tried to put fact on the table to get a response. I came back saying off mic, what about Florida? What about Georgia? What about Texas? What about North Dakota with voter suppression issues?
Because the press conference was about the midterm elections.
Midterm elections. And we're still finding out more about other voter irregularities around the nation as this president is talking about voter fraud. So it was a real question. And then he proceeds to tell me that I'm rude, I'm hostile. But it was a real question about a real issue that Americans just were dealing with the day before.
Hey, on the inside, on the outside, don't matter. President Trump just trying to get his message across. Either you with the message or either you ain't. So, hey, you know what the president is all about. You know. Everybody know what Trump is all about. You can't go in there thinking he gonna change. This man ain't changed in years. This is how he thinks it from a businessman perspective. I'm telling you. All right. When we return, we'll have more tape. Don't go anywhere. This is the tape. Stay tuned. To the Tech. I'm your host as always, Kid D's. Join the conversation. Use that hashtag right here. Take. Take. You don't want to take this and run with it. But I'm glad you're here on Connect TV. Join in that conversation. Glad you're here. Let's get to the political rundown. All right, on political rundown, this week again is about Trump. We can't never have a show without Trump. Well, to realize that next week's show will be dedicated to Trump, as he will be considered the turkey of the day. So we're going to go back to Donald Trump's outrageous moments. Yes, we're going to have a top 10 countdown next week's tape. Only just Donald Trump's outrageous moments. You don't want to miss it. It's so outrageous. Man, we're working on it right now. You're going to be laughing, entertained, enjoy the show. All right. On the political rundown, the president held a press conference talking about post-midterm elections. And he had a news conference, and he went off on CNN's Jim Acosta. Take a look.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign. in the midterms. That
Here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election
to try to keep them? I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign.
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
Well, that's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his butt.
Well, I'm not
like
a big
the rest
fan
of
of yours either, so
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly said...
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of the...
Okay, just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir.
Wow. He bragged. Donald Trump bragged about the Republicans losing their seat. He even spoke upon the fact that some of them didn't embrace him. And he spoke upon that some did, like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Ted Cruz right here. They embraced him. Well, Ted Cruz and him had a big of a love-hate relationship, but they got through it. And Trump came in, and Trump, worked in for him. Ted Cruz run against Beto O'Rourke, what many consider a next Obama. So, hey, if you got it, if you have it, you don't, hey, he's in politics. Even the governor's race in Florida and Georgia, they still deciding this recount. Trump trying to say that the Republican governors won fair and square, and they need to end it right here in this tweet. Sometimes it just don't end because people still want to win. So, you're in it to win it, you're going to be in it to win it, no matter what. Well, Trump was in to win it this week that after the midterms, he decided to fire his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, out of nowhere. You can see right here. You see right here, Jeff Sessions leaves, being greeted by the man who's going to replace him as acting AG. Well, Trump and Sessions didn't get along in the first place, so why be surprised about that? Because these two men butted heads to each other, so now Trump can finally get him off his back. He had that monkey in his back that he ever had in a long time. So Trump like, I don't need you. I don't need you, Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions said, you know what, you can go and take this job and stick at it, you know what. And that reminds you that Jeff Sessions looks like this dude. Yeah, he just look like it's Elmer Fudd. Next thing you know, when Trump comes back to Alabama, Jeff Sessions got a gun waiting for him so he can blow his head off. You fucking businessman. I see rabbit. And you gotta make Donald Trump has to be Buzz Bunny. So it just didn't work out in the first place. It was bound to fail. Well, Trump didn't stop there where he wished former Justice Ruth gave Ginsburg a speedy recovery after Ginsburg fell and cracked 3 of her ribs. Well, you know, 2 years ago when Trump did this.
Tonight, Donald Trump in a supreme fight with Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg after she told the New York Times, quote, "I can't imagine what this place would be. I can't imagine what the country would be with Donald Trump as our president." She didn't stop there, telling CNN he is a faker. He has no consistency about him. He says whatever comes into his head at the moment. He really has an ego. How has he gotten away with not turning over his tax returns? Her comments, an unprecedented attack by a Supreme Court justice in the modern era on a presidential candidate. Trump calling it a disgrace and highly inappropriate, adding, "I would hope she would get off the court as soon as..."
Over what a year or 2 years make, Trump's like, you know what, man? You know what? I could be nice. He was nice to her, but she wasn't nice to him. She was just nasty. I'm telling you. She didn't want him to win the election. He won it anyway. All right. L News is this week. Watch this. A semi truck driving down the clearance log and just literally stop. And they tell you all the time when you're driving, do that underneath that bridge or underneath that hole. They tell you not to drive your car through the thing like that. And look, now they got to reverse it back or figure out how to. They're gonna have to reverse it back because he damaged it. Like, really, dude, you need to like literally pay attention. That's what they be saying. That's what they say. People are at strike because they don't pay attention to the road. They don't pay attention to the side. Pay attention to the side, man. Just like next time, you'll know what to do when the sign comes your way, and you won't have no delay. You can just find an alternate route rather than just going through it just because you're trying to avoid traffic. In Boston, in all places. All right. In the viral video of the week, man, we couldn't help but to. We saw this and we said we got to do what we had to do with this. NBA player Jaysontatum is ready and about to make a pass, but this man behind him just messed it up for everybody. Watch this. Jaysontatum is a professional. He wasn't paying attention to that man that was standing next beside him. He's trying to figure out how to make that pass to the, his man and stuff. This dude right here just dancing, trying to be like a star, while an NBA player right here and an upcoming NBA player on the rise coming along, and you coming around trying to stop his momentum. Gone so well. That's like right here, this kid right here. Look right here. The kid saying, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed." You gotta be embarrassed. Your dad just making a fool out of himself. And you gotta say, "Dad, stop. You're just making a fool of yourself. Just sit down, enjoy the game." And Dad didn't want to do his Macarena or do one of those little faded dances, like the stinking leg or something. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, all right. That does it for the take. I hope to see you next week where we have Donald Trump's greatest controversial moments. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you then. All new take.